Hey, what's up, you guys? Just some watch release news today. Seiko is releasing 4 new watches in the Presage line, and this is the first time I believe that they're releasing the 6R35 in this lineup. They previously introduced the 6R35 in the Prospects lineup. It's in some of the divers and notably the new Alpinist, but I don't think I've seen it in Presage before, and this is a really cool looking watch. I'll put the link here, you can read all the background of the influences. It has a lot to do with nature, and there's this hemp leaf pattern that is a traditional design motif in Japan. But you can see on the dial here that this one is going to play with the light nicely. I have a bigger picture here, but I can only imagine when light is hitting this dial the way that it's going to play with all these faceted surfaces. And they did these are kind of the same sword style hands you see on some of the Prospects watches, but they're a little bit different. They're more angular here on the end. They have a more aggressive kind of tone, I think, to fit the overall theme of the hexagonal pattern. And they also did the lugs have this very angular, it's almost like, not quite like samurai lugs, but these are pretty brutal, long and angular lugs. So kind of the whole motif is that angular surfaces. And there's some specifications down here. It is going to come in 4 colorways. They're designated SPB165, 7, 9, and 70. I think this is for Japan. I think these are going to have a worldwide release, and I believe they're going to be SARX under the like the US version. But for now, if you search these, you can find these watches. 4 colorways, 3 on bracelet, 1 on a deployant leather. Like I said before, it has the 6R35, which is an upgrade of the 6R15. I think it's a thinner movement, and then the other benefit you get is you get 70 hours of power reserve rather than 50. It's also saying they use the super hard coating here. I think that's just Diashield. That's usually what they're referring to when they say super hard coating. They put that on all the metal of the watch to try to reduce scratching. And then the other thing that's interesting, it does say the sapphire crystal, and it is sapphire crystal on the front and the back, has an anti-reflective coating. Now, if that's anything like the coating that's on my SARX, it's called super clear coating, and it's very impressive. It makes the dial basically invisible, which is going to help when you have such a dynamic looking dial like this. It'll really help it pop. So the other thing I like that they dropped the size down a little bit. The SARX I have, and the cocktail times are 40.5 millimeters, which is a little bit big for, in my personal opinion, for a dress kind of sport dress watch. These are 39.3, so I think that will be a better size for this kind of style watch, and I like to kind of see them move in that direction. You're going to get 100 meters of water resistance and even some magnetic resistance that I think is offered by the 6R35. I think that's also true of the 6R15. The only downside on this one is you see the approximate recommended retail price in euros is $990. That's going to push us north of $1,000 in US dollars. So it is an expensive watch. It'd be interesting to see if the 6R35 kind of trickles down into less expensive watches. But for now, I think they're going to position it around the $1,000 range. I believe those new Alpinists are about $700, and it's in the new 62 Moss diver, the 6R35, and that's about $1,200. So I think that's kind of where they're targeting for now. We'll have to see if the 6R35 just hangs out up there, or if it comes lower into the line. I think they might just leave the 4R35 for the more affordable entry-level ones. But let me know what you guys think about this new watch. I think it looks cool. I like the size. Not a huge fan of the price, but the blue dial and the green dial look especially interesting to me. So let me know your comments and thoughts below, and thanks for watching.